Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Glenn here, back for another Transformers review, and I am fully back on doing reviews. So, here we go. And if you have not seen last week's live stream where I came back and unboxed this man on stream, I will put that at the end of the video. So you can go watch that if you want. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. If you just want to watch this, that is perfectly fine. Anyway, today we will be reviewing Studio Series Transformers the movie Autobot Hot Rod. There's Hot Rod. Here's his box. You got Hot Rod there. Hot Rod. Transformers the movie. Transformers the movie on the top, Hot Rod on the side, and the specs on the back. There's Hot Rod, and again, Hot Rod. He is a Voyager, and that is it for the box for at the moment. For right now. I'm just gonna leave it like that for a second, or I can actually. Alright. Here is Hot Rod in his car mode. He looks very nice. Got some chrome silver detail on the, I guess you could call that the motor there. Some flame looking aspect there. Obviously he's got a lot of red and orange, and there's some yellow there. His back fin is obviously yellow. Orange right here and here. Some more chrome for his pipes. I don't really know what you want to call this. Don't know cars, so I'm just going to call it pipes. Anyway. Well. And he's got some nice tinted blue detail on the windscreen here. And there's all the, not much kibble actually. Obviously he got his legs, but other than that, and his hands, other than that, you really don't have much. So, set him down here and we'll look at the accessories. First, I did show you guys the accessories on the stream, so you can go watch that at the end of the video. Anyway, here we have one of his blasters, nice, picked out in chrome. There you go. Here is another of his blasters, also picked out in chrome. Anyway, here we have his saw blade, picked out in chrome. And it can indeed spin. There you go. Next, here we have his matrix of leadership. Some blue, some chrome, and some detail right there. There's the matrix. Next, here we have his effect parts. Here's another of his effect. Oops, hit the camera. Another of his effect parts. There you go. And his matrix effect part that you can indeed just put on the matrix. You can just, it just clips in onto the matrix. There we go. And there you go. And these effect parts can indeed just tab into the back of the pipes, like so. You just tap those in there. There you go. Now it looks like he's going super fast, which is very cool. And he can indeed roll in car mode. And another thing you can do, you can grab the saw blade and the, give me 1 second. Got the saw blade and his blasters, and you can tab the blasters onto the, well, maybe, come on, maybe it's on this one. Tab it onto the saw blade, like it's shown onto the picture, like that. And just take it and just tab it into the car mode. Just tab into the car on top, like so. And there you have that. It doesn't work all that well for my copy, but your copy it could work pretty well, but I don't know. Anyway, before we get to transformation, here we have some comparisons. Here we have Hot Rod next to his Wavemates. Here we have Hot Rod next to Jazz. Hot Rod next to Blur. But I do not have Cup yet, but anyway, I just don't have him yet. I'll get him eventually. Anyway, here we have, for the last comparison, for the car mode, here we have him next to Ultra Magnus. Kingdom Ultra Magnus. And there we go. Now, before we get into transformation, we will talk a little about this man. First, well, that I have to say that I do indeed really like this figure a lot. It is very, very good. And I really think that they did see Kingdom Studio Series, I think, has done a really, really, really good job with their figures. Well, for their 86 movie figures anyway. Because, well, they're just really good figures, because I have reviewed Blur and Jazz in the past, and I'm just now getting around to filming Hot Rod, and the Wave 2 of the figures has came out and all that. Like, I will review as many of them as I can get my hands on. I'll try to review all of them, actually. I'll try to review all of them, because I think that it's just really cool how they do this whole thing with the 86 movie. So, And Hot Rod himself for the figure. Well, I really do like the figure itself. The figure itself is really, really cool. Well, I didn't get him when I seen him. The last few times I seen him in my local Walmart, which I did get him from, I just didn't get him because they had better figures. Like, I'm not saying this figure is like a bad figure and all that, but I just didn't want to get him is because I had a weird experience with a Hot Rod figure that one of my friends had, and that, I don't know, I just didn't really find it really all that good. But now that I actually get to mess with him because I have him now, he's a really cool figure. Like, his has different flaws than mine. And I don't know, I just didn't really like him all that much when I had my first experience with him. But now it's different. Now it's really different. But I don't know, everybody's figure is different in some ways. But I don't know. It's just probably different for if you guys have your own figure of Hot Rod. I just think that my Hot Rod is perfectly fine. And I do recommend that you pick Hot Rod up because I think he's a really cool figure to own. Any of the 86 movie figures are really cool to own if you like the 86 movie, that is. I watched it once with my friend, and I really liked the movie. The movie was alright. I just didn't like how, I know the movie was like somewhere, like the series went on and whatnot. Then the movie started where the series left off and all that. So it continued where the series left off in G1. So, and I just thought that it was just crazy to see Optimus Prime dead for the first time. Well, not for the first time for me, but first time for like good. So everybody's experience is different for every figure and all that. And that will be it for the ramble session, like always. So let's get down into transformation. Well, first you want to come to the hood section and just put some pressure on it and pull it out. Take these two thingies here and just push them into the chest area and just untab this back here. Take this little red peg right here and flip it out. Same thing on the other side. Untap that, flip that red peg out, untab the arm, rotate the arms down, rotate them up. 1 second. Alright, now what you want to do is you want to come back here and just untab the legs from these tabs back here at the back of the car, like so, and just take all this and pull it out. Take this whole region here, rotate it, take his head, flip it up, rotate his head around. Oops, sorry about that. And now, for the leg area, actually let's finish up the upper body right quick. And you just want to take this hood section and flip it down, tab it in. You should hear click, flip all this down, and just take the chest and in this section and just tab it in together. And there you have the upper body all done. Now, for the leg area, you want to take these sections here and just untab them from the leg, and you can now rotate the leg down. Same thing on the inside. Take all that out, rotate this down, flip out his foot, and take this section and just untab it and flip it into the back leg, and just take all this and compress it down and tab it in. Same thing on the other side. Take this, untab it, and compress this all down into the leg. Mine doesn't like to keep tabbed in for some reason. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. Anyway, now that you have that all done, you just want to take the entire waist and rotate it around. Now for the back, you want to take this whole section and rotate it, flip it up, and it will tab into that slot there. Just tab it in. Now we are almost done. Lastly, what you want to do is you want to rotate this here and flip that down, and that will tab into the back of the arm. Same thing on the inside, rotate that and flip this back, tab it in. And there you have it. There is Hot Rod in his robot mode. Now, before we look at Hot Rod more closely, here we have some comparisons here. Here we have him next to Jazz. We have him next to Blur. Let me raise the camera up one more to get this big man in frame. And for the last comparison, here we have him next to, oh, he's barely in frame, Leader Ultra Magnus. And there we go. And here we have Hot Rod more up close. We have good detail on the chest, nice Autobot symbol there, some flame detail. There's his head. Nice head sculpt. Some silver on his forehead. Obviously some silver on his shoulders. Got some orange. There's the rest, there's the pipes there. Got his back fin. His legs are nice and I don't know what you call this color. I have no clue. Magenta, maybe? I don't know. Got some red on the back leg. Some yellow for the joint section. Some red here at his crotch. And let's give him some of his accessories. Give him his blasters. Let's open his hand. Give him his blasters. There we go. There is his blasters in Hot Rod's hands. Alright. Now, a little secret gimmick that Hot Rod can do, that the Masterpiece Hot Rod can do, is if you come here to his head, take his entire forehead, you see this little green panel, flip it down, flip this back down. There you have his little visor. Now, and another thing that his hands can do, if you flip this up, rotate this back, and take his arm and pull it out, rotate his hand around, flip this panel back, flip it back, flip this back down. Got that. And his other hand can do the same thing. Come on. Just having some difficulties here. There we go. Rotate that around. Flip that back. Flip that back around. Now he's got a little welder hand, and you can take his saw blade. And my saw blade is a little tight on this peg, so I'm not gonna fully push it in. Just go tab it into that much. And there you go. Have his little welder hand, I'm pretty sure that is, and his saw blade hand. And there you go. Now, let's put his hands back. And there we go. Oops, his backpack came undibbed. Anyway, let's get into articulation. His head can move side to side a little bit. It's kind of hard. Move side to side, up and down. Shoulder rotation, about that much. In and out movement at the arm, bicep rotation, up and down at the elbow, rotation at the wrist, high kick, back kick, about that much, knee bend, deep knee bend if you do that, up and down at the foot, and a ankle pivot, and a waist rotation, and in and out at the leg, and rotation at the leg. And that is it for articulation. Now we have his, if we bring his box back in, we have his backdrop. Let me raise the camera up. There we have his backdrop. There you go. And that is it. Put his visor back. And that is it for the review. Well, overall, I really like this figure, and I hope you guys did too. He is very worth it for the 30 bucks. You get a lot of accessories and a lot of different gimmicks for your figure. And if you did like it, click the like button, click the subscribe button down below, and click that notification bell down below to stay updated on every time I upload. And I will be streaming now on Wednesdays. So come and watch on Wednesdays, and we'll have some fun. And like always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.